Hello and welcome to Kathy's Corner. My name is Kathy Holt. I am a partner and trainer with Stewardship Resources, LLC. On July 4th of this year, 2025, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act was signed into law by President Donald J. Trump. I have been getting calls from church bookkeepers wanting to know what this means for them. So today I will be going over how this act specifically impacts churches, and I have 4 items I want to go over with you. So the first item is going to be the no federal income tax on overtime pay and what that means for the one who prepares payroll. The second item will be threshold changes for 1099 forms. The third item will be Trump accounts for children. And the fourth item will be possible new ministry areas for churches. The first item we're going over is no federal income tax on overtime. Only qualified overtime compensation is eligible for this benefit. So salaries that are exempt from overtime pay are not eligible for this benefit. Overtime is calculated at time and a half of the employee's regular hourly rate of pay, and the amount that is going to be tax-free from federal taxes is just the half portion of their overtime pay. Currently, this benefit is good for years 2025 through 2028. What does this mean for the one who prepares payroll? And this is the main question that I have been getting. Federal, state, Social Security, and Medicare taxes are still to be calculated and deducted on the entire amount, just like you have been doing, which means you do not have to change the calculation of the taxes for the overtime portion on an employee's pay for the rest of 2025. The reimbursement of federal taxes that have been deducted on overtime pay will be a calculation on the employee's personal 2025 federal income tax return. To help with this reimbursement for 2025, employers will be required to use any reasonable method to estimate and track qualifying overtime pay. Then this information will need to be given to each employee so they can use it when preparing their individual 2025 income tax return. Now remember, this is just the half portion of the time and a half amount. Things change in 2026 because for next year, the amount will be reported separately on W-2 forms, which means payroll software updates will be needed for compliance starting in 2026. So be sure to stay tuned for more updates from the IRS as they come available. The second item I will be going over is the threshold changes for 1099 forms. Currently, businesses are required to send 1099 forms to qualifying independent contractors that were paid a total of $600 or more for the year. Issuing 1099 forms will not change for 2025 because the threshold hasn't changed. It's still $600. In 2026 is when the change happens. So in 2026, 1099 forms, the threshold changes from $600 to $2,000 or more for the annual total, which means when you prepare the 2026 1099 forms, you will not need to prepare the form unless the qualifying independent contractor was paid a total of $2,000 or more for the year of 2026. And beginning in the year 2027 going forward, the threshold will be adjusted annually for inflation. So that's a new thing to be aware of. They've never done that before. The third item I would like to go over is the creation of Trump accounts for children. Contributions to Trump accounts may begin as of 1 year from the date of the One Big Beautiful Bill enactment, which will be July 4th of 2026. So this is not a 2025 benefit option. The benefit will begin as of July 4th of 2026. A benefit is for children who are under the age of 18, and then the child needs to be a U.S. citizen, and the child also needs to have a Social Security number. The parent or the guardian must open a Trump account at a bank. Now, this is very new, so check with your local bank for more details on that step. An employer may contribute up to $2,500 tax-free to the employee each year to the Trump account for each employee's child. Now, keep in mind, if you are going to offer this benefit, and this is for employees and that includes pastors, there must be a separate written plan in advance of offering this benefit to the employee. Non-discrimination rules do apply to this benefit. Unfortunately, at this time, there is no option for the employee contributions to be on a pre-tax basis to their children's Trump account. So any paycheck deduction for employees' contributions to their children's Trump account must be set as an after-tax deduction. So this means employer contributions are tax-free for the employees, but employee contributions are not tax-free for the employee. There is a $5,000 annual limit to what can be contributed to the child's Trump account, and this includes employer, employee, or other contributions to the account. There is an exception to this, and it is a one-time offer to kickstart the plan with a $1,000 contribution from the federal government for babies that were born between the years of 2025 and 2028. And this would result in a one-time limit of $6,000 for the year. The fourth item I would like to go over is possible new ministry areas for churches. Several cuts have been made to government-sponsored programs, which may open up ministry areas for churches, which truly is not a bad thing. You need to be aware of the needs in your community because they may be changing somewhat. And is there a niche that needs to be filled? If you find one, is this a ministry that your church is ready to support? So on a final note, new tax laws and tax law changes can feel very overwhelming, but they do occur every year. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act may feel especially overwhelming because it includes quite a list of new laws, changed or terminated laws, updated threshold amounts, percentages, effective dates, and the list goes on. I often speak on church bookkeeping and how understanding church finances and payroll is such an important ministry. The work you are doing as a church bookkeeper or church leader is vitally important. You have a heart to serve, a passion to serve, and there are times you may feel you're in over your head. The good news is you don't have to do it alone. I encourage you, find and establish a relationship with someone in the accounting profession who knows nonprofit tax, accounting, and payroll laws, knows them in depth, and can help you to apply them to church accounting and church payroll. A professional advisor, whether it be Stewardship Resources, another company, or a knowledgeable member in your community that can help you in these areas when you're needed, when you need the help. It can help you to do your ministry with excellence and integrity. A copy of the screens that we just went over, as well as other helpful resources, are included in the information section of this video. Thank you for the opportunity to share this information with you today. As always, if you have questions or need help, you're always welcome to contact me at the phone number or the email shown below. Please like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, God bless you and have a fantastic day.